easy about, sharing this much space between each other nowadays. You know what I mean? We should have had our masks. But wonderful thing about Las Vegas is no mask mandate. Yay! All right, so everybody, I know you guys all seen the promo yesterday when it went out with her beautiful picture on it. This here is Jade TEIXEIRA. Did I say right? All right. All right. So Jade, sorry about that. I stepped on her foot, everybody, but don't tell nobody.
Too late. Now they know.
So now we're going to learn about Jade. Jade, from what I know, I went through her Facebook and I stalked her for about 25 minutes, and I was able to learn a little bit about her. But good thing she's here. She's going to let everybody know about Jade. So Jade, we'll start by tell us a bit about yourself, where you come from, and where did you grow up?
Where I came from, where I grew up. Well, I'm born in Los Angeles.
LA,
and
baby.
and then moved to Kansas City. My mom took me there. She got remarried, had a baby, and then that baby's my sister, obviously.
That baby is your sister. It better be. Hold on, Mom.
Right. And then my dad in LA got remarried, had a son.
Okay.
Brother.
Okay.
Yep. And then my mom divorced my stepdad, had 2 kids in Kansas City.
Okay.
So all these people are my siblings. So I have like this huge family in Kansas City, Los Angeles, the step family too. I still call them all family and see them every year.
Now, are you the type of person that has like, because most people be like, is that your real brother or your real sister, or do you claim them all?
No, I claim them all.
So, see, that's how it's supposed to be, right?
It is.
Family is family.
It is.
There's no
Sisters.
halves. There's no middles or nothing.
Either or yards.
You're either my brother or my sister.
Yeah.
So
the DNA part is not so important.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. Yeah, because nobody can actually get a microscope and just say,
right.
You know what, you belong to this TEIXEIRA family.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, how many siblings do you have?
Well, I'm the oldest of all the siblings and all the cousins, but, I guess 4.
So it's 4 of you guys.
Well, not really. We didn't all grow up together.
So it's just, okay, so 2 of you guys just grew up together.
Well, I grew up in the house with my sister because I stayed with my mom.
Okay.
Yeah, and then my little brother in Los Angeles is 10 years younger, but we're very close.
Okay. Mm-hmm. Which high school did you go to?
Lincoln College Preparatory Academy.
Lincoln College Preparatory Academy. You had that whole name across your t-shirts.
Yes. You have to say the whole thing if you go there.
Lincoln College Preparatory Academy.
Yep.
My goodness. That must have been a lot to say when you were like...
It was.
Oh, my goodness.
It was. Well, we say Lincoln Prep to each other.
So is that a four-year program?
Yeah.
Okay, so
you
went
have to have
9?
4 years of all subjects.
Okay.
Yeah.
Man, that's cool. And was that directly in Los Angeles?
No, that's in Kansas City, actually.
Kansas City.
So I moved to LA when I was 17, and then...
Oh, almost, after you graduated? Did you graduate at 17?
Oh, well, yeah, just because my birthday's in the summer.
Mine too.
But my dad picked me up. He's like, came to Kansas City, we went to graduation, and then he's like, all right, I got the plane ticket, let's go. And that was it.
That's it.
And I was like, I didn't know I was leaving today.
Okay.
Okay, goodbye, friends.
Oh, just like that?
Yeah.
Oh, man.
I mean, I didn't really care about saying goodbye. Because I had been traveling to LA every year since I was 4 anyway.
Okay.
So I was used to it.
So you were already prepared for that type of because that's a big move, to just pick up and go and be in a whole different city.
Maybe, but I think the traveling since 4 kind of prepared me, because I've been traveling since then, and I've never lived in the same place like more than, a handful of years.
Man, was it because of, was your family in the military or something like that?
No, I moved by myself.
Oh, just jumping around. You know what?
I borrowed a truck, put a U-Haul trailer on the back, and I was like, let's go. I need some friends. Help me drive.
Look at that. That's ambitious.
Yep.
That's ambitious.
People thought I was crazy, but people that don't even get used to it, I guess.
But that actually makes you, from then, it makes you who you are today.
Yeah, right.
Because it's like we start gaining these traits when we're about 15 years old,
mm-hmm.
and then we are the same after that.
Right.
My goodness.
That's it. Although, you know, I had a boyfriend who watched, this is a long time ago,
No,
who watched like
it wasn't yesterday, Mr. Teixeira.
right, like home videos of me as a kid, because I've always been a pretty weird person, and I would make these weird videos of like me as a news anchor describing all my Christmas toys or like scary movies. And he said, and I never realized this until then, I was probably maybe 21 years old, he was like, you have always been very sure of yourself and like, don't care what anyone thinks of you.
Yeah.
I was like, yeah, I guess so.
My goodness. Let's see here. So after you moved to LA,
Yeah.
Did you go directly to college then?
Yes.
You did. So you were 18 or 17 when you...
Yeah. Well, I was
17?
summer school, so yeah, I was 17.
17 years old, right at college. Which college did you go to?
El Camino College.
El Camino College.
In
Where
Torrance.
is Torrance? I was just
Torrance.
about to say that. It sounds like it should be in Torrance.
Yep, and then I went to CSUN, and then I moved back to Kansas City for a few years, and then went to UMKC, and then actually I graduated twice from there, which is pretty ridiculous now that I think about it.
Well, how did that happen?
Well, I graduated with a chemistry degree, and then one of my chemistry instructors convinced me it would be better to get like an American Chemical Society certified chemistry degree.
Wait. We're going to have to go back. Wait a minute.
Yeah.
We're going to go back. Wait a minute. What possessed you to say, I want to be a scientist? And I want to do this. I want to do chemistry right now.
You know
Do you
what?
know how difficult that is?
I do actually. Yes. Yes, I do.
Tell us
Wasn't
about
the
that.
Best choice ever? No. Well, that is funny because actually the associates at Elko was in speech and communications.
Okay.
Completely different.
Wow.
Completely different
From a
chemistry.
science, okay, from a science major
Yeah.
to speech.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, no, the speech was first. That's the associate.
That was first.
Yeah, and then the chemistry. So what happened is I must have changed my major like, 25,000 times.
Yeah, like the rest of us do.
No, right. And at some point I'm like, I probably just got to get out of here. I need to graduate. And so I went to
That should have been the goal, right?
right? And so I went to the counselor and I was like, okay, let's look at all these classes because I have I always went to summer school every summer.
Right.
So I had so many classes, like
Okay.
way more than the average person. And I was like, what can we do? Like, let's mix them around. What can I graduate with, like, now? She was like, well, you have enough math for this and this and this. And I was like, that one doesn't make enough money. That kind of sounds boring. Let's do process of elimination. So I got the list of all the programs.
Okay.
Scratch off the ones I would never do, and I was left with, like, 6. And then I thought, well, chemistry and engineering, those both sound like I could, make some money with that.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, okay, these are my 2 final. And the deciding factor was engineering required 1 extra physics class.
Okay.
And then chemistry. So I said, no, I don't need engineering. I just do chemistry.
I'll just do chemistry.
Yeah, and so I just took some extra chemistry classes.
Look at that.
Yeah, and still had to take some physics. And of course,
Some physics. So, if you were to ever go back to college, would you ever do
chemistry? No, why did I put myself through that? Like, what was that about? Well, at some point I thought, I could be a pharmacist, but then my pharmacy friends had no life. And I was like, oh, I kind of value my 20s. Like,
So
I
I
don't
was
want
just
to
about
give
to
up
say
my
that,
20s.
because most people, when they go to college, they really they go hard in the paint when it comes to the books.
Yeah.
And then on the weekends, they just go crazy,
Yeah, but you can't really do that if you're in like pharmacy or if you want to be a doctor. Because originally it was a doctor, because it's just, science is always something that I don't know, just like liked and been kind of naturally good at, I guess.
Oh, man.
So the doctor, I was like, I have my stepdad married a doctor.
Okay.
So I knew what that was like.
Yeah.
I was like, I'm not going to do that. She didn't do anything until she was like 32.
Oh, my goodness.
And I had goals.
And that was coming directly out of college.
Yes.
30,
Yes.
that's, because a lot of these people don't really understand that. Yeah, you're going to college at 17 and 18 years old, but before you graduate,
Decade.
you're gonna be well into your 30s.
Yeah. Residency and all that. I was like,
10
I can't
years
do that
worth of
commitment.
school. I mean, hey, you know what? We need doctors.
Yes.
We need lawyers.
Value them all.
We need chemical
Yes.
engineers. We need a whole bunch of.
yeah. You know what?
type
At
of people.
CSUN, so I wanted to do chemical engineering because I was like, let's combine them. But they didn't offer that program.
Oh man!
I know, I'm like,
I think you
dang,
should have went
wish
to
I should've
UNLV.
done that.
You should have went to UNLV.
Do they have chemical engineering?
No, but that's the best. They might have it now. They might have it now.
Probably not.
Okay, so let's go into. Were you dating in college?
Yes.
Yeah. Was that difficult?
Yes.
Because I mean, that's a lot of studying.
It was difficult. Yes. So my social life was all scheduled. Like I had to schedule my social life, had to schedule everything really, because I had 2 jobs. Like I always had 2 jobs until I became a teacher, and like I don't know, a long time ago.
Okay.
But yeah, always kept 2 jobs, and at some point I had a day job and a night job, and was going to school.
Man.
And I'm like, well, I need friends. I gotta have my me time.
So guys,
double book friends, like they hate me.
This is what this whole podcast is about. She's about to tell us how she was able to juggle all of these things. She had 2 jobs and trying to date and had her own personal life and everything. So this is where we get into that part. Tell me, how did you actually juggle and maintain a relationship and keeping these 2 jobs? And I'm sure you had other things that you were doing also.
Yeah, a lot of things.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, okay. A lot of things. Like I'm a project person.
Okay.
I always have projects. In high school, I was in every club ever. Like I've always.
The Glee Club? Was you in the Glee Club?
They didn't have Glee Club.
What?
I mean, it's
what
a college prep.
It
it's a college
okay,
prep.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
They didn't do Glee Club.
All right.
But if they did, I would have been in it. I'd be like, I make the best backup singer.
Did you join a sorority?
No, I have a thing about sororities. Like, I can see some of the value in it, but I'm like, I like to choose my own friends. Anyways, we don't need to get into that.
Well, hey, that's what it's all about. A lot of people are. I myself, I was really, really, really pro Kappa when I was in high school. But when I got to my senior year, I felt like you. I did not want to be just like locked into, I couldn't be able to do this. I feel that if I would have been able to do that, I wouldn't be the person I am today.
That changes you. And they make demands on your time. And at this point, I'm like, let me see where I can fit that in.
I don't like to have demands on my time at all.
Yeah,
I do not like those obligations.
Yeah, so that was out.
Yeah.
But, good question.
Okay.
Yeah.
So continue.
Where was I?
You had just you didn't like to join a sorority because of you changing your friends.
Right. Well, after UMKC, then I went to then I moved. That's when I packed up. I moved to Phoenix. I was like, why did I come back to this city? I'm out of here. Bye.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, and I did have a boyfriend at the time. That's what you're asking about.
Yeah.
So I had the boyfriend. I was like, I'll be your girlfriend, but I'm moving in September.
What?
Yeah.
Hey, I got 10 minutes.
Yeah, I was like, if you agree to that.
Make your time quick. I got 10 minutes.
He did. He was confident he'd get me to stay, but once I make up my mind, I'm like, I'm out. But yeah, I pretty much kept the boyfriend. But I'm like a serial committer, so I have like a few years like that.
Okay.
Yeah. And then in Phoenix, I had saved up just enough money to rent a house.
Okay.
But it was pretty much empty.
No furniture?
Yep.
Did you have those little bean bags?
I did have a bean bag. No, I didn't. Really? I had the plastic blow up chairs. Those were cool back then.
I remember that. Yeah.
Yeah, that makes me very old.
No.
Yeah.
No, not at all. I think I'm older than you. But we won't divulge that on there.
But then, let's see. Yeah. So I was looking for a job, and I'm like, well, this is really hard to find a job that I'm, not going to hate. And, I have to pay my second month of rent because I only gave myself a month, which is pretty crazy. Yeah. But anyway, it's a motivator, though.
It is.
It's a motivator.
Yes, it is.
So then I got accepted into this teaching program, and I was like, all right, they pay me. I'll do this instead of a job. And so that's how I became a teacher. And then I went to ASU for my master's there.
Wow.
And then, and then one day, because I travel a lot, that's the globe.
That's what this globe is for.
So
because I knew she was going to be traveling.
Yeah, I'll give you the short version, though. This is the short version. So I travel around America, like, all the time. I try to schedule a trip, like, every 6 weeks, something like that.
Isn't that wonderful?
Yeah, it was a good time. It was a good time. And then I'm like, I've been to all the places I want to go to in America. And at the time, I was always thinking, I'm going to travel all around Europe for my honeymoon.
Yeah.
And at some point, I was like 26, 27. And I'm on the couch like, why do I need to wait for my honeymoon? I think I'll just go. And so I'm like on the internet, like, where can I go? Where can I go? Spain. They had a program there because I was a teacher. So I went to teach English. And that's where I met my husband.
In Spain.
In Barcelona.
Look at that.
Yep, in Barcelona. And so from then until now.
Now, were you like in that, at that time, were you like ready? Like, I'm gonna, if I meet a guy, am I going to be responsive to his,
no.
You wasn't?
No. So when I went, and my best friend, one of them, actually has an email where I'm like, yeah, no, I'm going there for fun, hang out, see all the sights. Yes. And I only was doing teaching so that I could afford to live there for the summer. Mm-hmm. Otherwise, it would just be like travel for fun. But in the email from all that time ago, I'm like, oh, I'm staying away from boys. I don't have time for that. I got things to do, places to see. And my first weekend there, I meet this guy.
Oh, wow.
Yep. And she's like, well, I knew that would happen.
Man. Okay, so tell us a little bit about Mr. Teixeira.
He's from France.
He's from France?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, he's raised in France. His parents are Portuguese.
Okay.
So they immigrated to France.
Okay. And
then they had a son who's 8 years older than him and then had him. But yeah, so he's actually French.
So he's French?
Yes.
How is that?
It's French. So our babies are French, and they speak French, and they're French citizens. Yeah,
that is
a
awesome.
legit thing. But then, I have to marry him so he can be a citizen. Kidding, married for love.
I love it. A lot of people don't realize like the wonderful benefit that you get or you receive when you marry someone who's to us a foreigner.
Yes.
Their morals and everything are totally different than ours, but yet they're so deep rooted.
Right.
I myself married a foreigner. And so I understand, the benefit of having a spouse who is, different than you.
Yeah, offers a very different perspective.
Yes, especially in relationships.
Yep.
Especially in relationships. Yeah. These things are wonderful.
They are. It's a whole different culture, whole different way of viewing the planet.
Yes.
Your own people even.
Yes.
It's amazing.
Man.
It's amazing. It's also kind of annoying.
So, tell me, what types of trials did you go through at that moment when you met Mr. Teixeira and you were working 2 jobs and traveling and all this other stuff?
Well, when I met him, I was in Barcelona. So I was working Monday through Friday.
Okay.
But my second job was just like seeing sights and convincing people to go with me.
Oh.
That's what I was doing when I was not working. But so he came to Barcelona with some friends because Barcelona's like, clubs and party, and so people from southern France come there all the time and hang out. Like it's a regular thing.
Because they're right next door to each other.
Right.
And it's crazy too because those countries are like our states.
They are.
They're like our
really
states.
Small.
They're like really small. Like the Czech Republic, by the way, it's really tiny.
Yeah. And
you can drive straight through it in a matter of couple of hours.
Yes, but it's a whole country.
It's a whole country.
With its own culture, its own language.
You would think, that these places are just extremely huge, but they're not that big.
No. Well, America's very big, according to all the Europeans.
Very, very big.
But we have our different variations on culture and way of speaking and dressing and eating around the country too. Does it compare? No. No. But anyways, yes, back to the story.
Yes.
So, I'm in like the plaza, the big open space there in Barcelona with my friend. I'm looking for him. He's like, I'm in a red shirt. So he's wearing a pink shirt and finally finds me. I'm like, listen, look for me. My friend's wearing yellow. And then he finds me. I'm like, you sure it's not red?
It's pink.
It's pink. And he's like, oh, I'm a man. I'm wearing pink. I was like, this is the first impression. But no, he was fun. Okay. So then he pretended like we weren't on a date just for that day. And then I was like, let's meet the next day. And I want to see this big church. Let's all meet up together. Okay. And so the next day he comes alone. I'm like, where is everyone? Where are all the friends?
Yeah.
So anyway, we hang out the whole weekend, like all day, all night.
Okay.
It was great, the whole fall in love story.
Oh, wow.
And then on Monday after work, he's like, hey, I'd really like to spend more time with you. Could you come to Paris this weekend? And I was like, yes!
Wait a minute. What type of conversation is this here? You know what I mean? You're just chilling. You're still in Barcelona, am I right?
Barcelona, yeah.
Okay, so you're chilling in Barcelona.
Yeah.
You get a phone call from your new beau.
Right.
And he says, would you like to come to Paris this weekend? Just come to Paris. What type of stuff is that, you know?
He wondered that too, because I was like, yes, and he was like, whoa, you didn't even think about that. I could be a serial killer.
Yo.
And I was like, I'll die in Paris.
I'll die in Paris. Right? Oh my goodness. I remember when I was telling my family that I'm going to Paris, and I was going to propose to my wife there. You know,
perfect idea.
You know, I hey, this was my purpose. But they were like, who does that? That's like everybody's dream.
It is.
You know?
You're quite the catch.
Man.
I mean, even if you weren't before, when you proposed in Paris, it's like,
you get like, what is that? Style points go up?
Yes.
Yeah, 1,000%.
Like exponentially. You can go from 0 to $1 million.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
There you go. Your $1 million man right
Tip
there.
for everyone.
Everybody, hey, let's make sure you propose to your fiance in Paris.
She will say yes.
I guarantee.
Might change your mind later.
I guarantee you she'll say yes. All right. So let's go further.
Yeah.
What led you to here, AIM, Aviation Institute of Maintenance?
Yeah. Well, I moved to. So we traveled around a lot. Like we've been to 20-something countries. But we couldn't stay in the same place for too long. Well, that's not true. We lived in Australia for like a year. But he couldn't.
Hold on. I'm just marveling at, because she's going from point to point to point all over the globe. So you stayed in Australia.
Yeah.
For how long?
A year. I worked there too.
Look at that.
Yeah.
What continent have you not worked in?
I have not worked on the continent of Asia.
Okay.
I did have a job offer.
Okay.
Or Africa.
So Asia or both of the A countries or continents.
Yeah. But his brother lives in Brazil, South America. He married a Brazilian girl because he speaks Portuguese.
Okay. There you go.
Yeah.
How good is that? How many languages do you speak, by the way?
Just French.
Only French?
Yeah.
You don't speak English either?
Oh. I am kind of good at English.
Just a little bit?
Yeah.
Just a little bit.
Yeah.
But you're French?
Yeah, no, my French is good.
Is it really?
It is really.
Okay, hold on.
Yeah.
I'm going to have you say a sentence in French.
Okay.
You're good at that?
Yeah.
Okay, so.
I'll give you one. How about, I lost my cat today.
I lost my cat today.
Yeah.
All right, how do you say it?
J'ai perdu mon chat aujourd'hui.
One more time.
I have perdu. Lost. Mon chat. Aujourd'hui.
Oh my
Today.
goodness. One more time and just straight out. I lost my cat
J'ai
today.
perdu mon chat aujourd'hui.
Oh my goodness, that's a wonderful language. I think I'm gonna me and my wife were gonna have to learn French. She already knows German.
Stick with like Spanish or Portuguese.
Is it hard to learn French?
Well, it's like.
There's a lot of.
Well, not that. No, that's more like Eastern European.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, what's wrong with French or not? What's wrong?
Oh, it's nasally though, huh?
A lot of the vowels are nasally, but also like the way it's written is not the way it's pronounced. The most confusing thing ever. That's what I hate most about it. And so many words sound exactly the same, but mean totally different things. Mm-hmm. And they're very stubborn about making any changes or additions to their language.
Yeah, they
want
don't
to keep
like
it whole and pure. Yeah.
They don't like to.
Sounds pretty, but it's difficult. Mm-hmm. Yeah, Spanish, Portuguese is way easier. Mm-hmm. I tell my husband all the time, like, why couldn't you just stick with the Portuguese?
Okay.
Yeah.
And he does.
No. Well, he does speak Portuguese and some German.
Okay.
But yeah, French is his main language. Like when we met his English, like on the phone, I'd have to talk really slowly and clearly.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Obviously, he's much better now.
So, did you actually get married in Paris?
No, actually, so we got married here in America, and then we're going to have a second wedding in Paris for his whole family. But, it's very Catholic, and so you have to do, anyway, there's a lot of stuff you have to go do, and they told us no. So we just had a party.
What's it called? What are those lessons that you have to go through?
Yeah, that. Well, we didn't do it. And you have to be a member of the church already, and we weren't members.
Yeah.
Yeah, like prove you're Catholic and stuff.
Oh, okay. How do you prove that you're...
So
anyway, never mind.
Right. So we had a party. The party was nice.
Okay. Yeah. Well, that's cool. You guys should have hired me as your MC. I promise you.
Next time.
Okay.
Next time. But actually, my parents were DJs. So
Word.
Yeah. Right, in the 80s when it was first becoming a thing. So actually
Pops used to scratch?
Yeah, well, my stepdad and my mom.
Don't tell me your dad's name is Grandmaster Molly Mall.
No.
Okay, okay.
But yeah, like they built their own turntable stand and and then eventually like had nightclubs and stuff. So anyway, one of their old like proteges, apprentices, was the DJ at our wedding.
Okay.
He was fantastic.
Man.
I'm sure you would be amazing too, though.
Well, hey. I'm sure somebody said that I was okay.
Well, you are doing our karaoke.
Huh?
Soon.
Well,
Did
one
I tell you
day.
about that?
No,
yeah, it's coming up.
Okay.
I'll tell you about that.
All right, tell me about that. Just remember that, guys. We're going to be doing karaoke, and I guarantee you, I'm going to put it live when we're doing it.
Yeah, you're
Okay, so. Okay, so we're going on.
Yeah.
So continue with moving to America.
That's where I was. Yeah. Okay, so we had to move to America at some point. Otherwise, we just keep having to like move all around the planet.
Yeah.
So then,
which would be really wonderful.
Well, we did that for a few years. We did that,
My
and then
goodness.
it's like we should probably stay in one place for a little while.
Man.
So then I moved to Vegas.
Mm-hmm.
And then he came like, I don't know, a month, 2 months later.
So what brought you to Vegas? That's the most famous question I have to ask. I always ask that question to everybody. Because I was born here in Las Vegas.
Right.
And
one of the few.
I've watched it go from dirt to this wonderful Mecca that we live in now.
Right.
So what actually brought you here?
Well, so I had already, I'm from Los Angeles, and I did that for a while, and then I went to Phoenix, which is still nearby, and, has some similarities.
Okay.
And then I was like, well, I want to leave Phoenix, but where else is there?
Yeah.
There's really no other place.
Yeah.
Like big city. So
there's no other place quite like Las Vegas.
Well, I mean, I go to California, but then, I just spent $1 million.
It's not like Vegas.
It is stressful.
It's not like Vegas.
A real struggle. No, it's a unique city.
You know what? Now, I'll tell you, our property value is skyrocketing right now.
Yeah, I need to sell my house.
Yeah. Wow, for real.
Yeah.
I'm in the process of buying one right now. And it's fun. It's super fun.
Yeah.
But it's like, they tell me the price of my house, and I'm like,
right.
What?
But it'll be worth more in a couple of years.
Well, it better. They finna hit me with a big dollar amount. I'm like, okay, hey, you said this thing finna appreciate, right? So, by everybody coming to Las Vegas and making our property value grow, I mean, we have hockey teams now, professional. Two hockey teams.
Yeah.
Look at that. We have a women's NBA, WNBA's basketball team. Yes, the Las Vegas Aces.
Oh, what?
Yes.
I should join.
We're about to get a Major League Baseball team as soon as they iron those things out. And we just got the Raiders.
Yeah.
Of all teams, I knew it was going to be a California team, but I didn't think that
the Raiders,
which
is a very California team.
Yeah, I mean, it's like that's like a super California team, Bay Area forever, And
but everyone in Vegas is from California anyway.
Well,
except you.
Except me. And that's the truth.
It is.
That is the truth. A lot of people migrate from California and they move here because the property value was so cheap.
Right.
They sell their $1 million home and come here and buy 4.
Yeah.
That's way bigger than the house that they
have less traffic. Wow. Everything's less expensive. Yeah. You can still drive to LA. It's right up the street.
Yeah. Almost.
Still got palm trees and sunshine.
Yes, you do. Yes, you do. Okay, so Las Vegas is the key. You guys got married here.
We did.
Okay.
No, we didn't.
No,
we got married in Kansas City.
Kansas City.
At a museum.
Is it Kansas City, Missouri, or Kansas City? Okay.
Yeah, in a museum. Yep. And then what happened? Oh, yeah. So we were talking about AIM. How'd I get here?
Yeah.
That's what it was. Yes. Okay. So then in Vegas, that's when, instead of getting back into teaching, because they didn't pay anything, like pennies, and they wanted you to have like 50,000 kids in your classroom.
Welcome to Las Vegas.
Not enough chairs even for the kids.
Welcome
like,
to Las Vegas.
No. So, but I am very passionate about education. That's why I keep going back to school. And so I found admissions.
Okay.
So selling education basically. Because before that, I had sold real estate. I sold insurance. So very familiar with sales. Yes.
So is that pretty much how admissions work?
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's like you're selling education. And I saw in the walkthrough how you were showing earlier the all of the things that goes on here in AIM. You guys will see this video after the podcast airs on J1S Promotions podcast on YouTube. You guys will check that out. But those of you who are live now, you'll just have to go over there. I'll post that up day after tomorrow. Okay. Yes, day after tomorrow. So that's going to be Thursday.
Yes.
Okay. So tell us about AIM.
Well, this is where you can be an aircraft mechanic. So it's like you can work on different types of engines, and these are the biggest engines of all.
Right.
And they pay the most money too. So.
That's what I was finna get at. Okay, so a lot of people who don't know, if you don't know, like there's a lot of different types of mechanics in the world where you'll be able to work on motorcycles. You can be able to work on cars, of course, even drones nowadays, right?
Yep.
But aviation, this is a big, I heard that you guys had a company, can I say the company's name?
Yep.
Okay, so Boeing came over to AIM. And they had an interview process that was going on to hire some of your students,
actually, we
right?
have lots of employers visiting, like Spirit and a bunch of other ones, because there's a huge shortage of aviation maintenance technicians, the aircraft mechanics.
Oh my goodness!
There's like a shortage of thousands across the country. So they're all looking for people, and we don't have enough people to fill the position.
And so that's what you guys do here.
Right.
You teach them how to work on the engines.
Yes.
The body, what do you call it? Airframe.
Right.
And
the whole plane,
the
inside
whole
out.
thing
Inside and out.
from nose to tail.
Right.
Wow, that's cool.
Yeah, landing gear.
Yeah.
Electricity.
And
oxygen.
they're able to actually go out there. As soon as they leave here, they can go directly to work at one of these big companies.
And the chances of them doing that are very high as long as they've taken all their exams, which we help a lot with.
Are there like licensing processes and stuff like that?
Yes, right. There are 3 exams that they take, but of course we prepare them for all of that.
Okay.
So they can do it before they leave.
And so they can actually get their certificates and stuff. Right. What do you call them? Are they licenses?
Rating. It's called a rating, but it's like a license.
Okay.
Yeah.
So at AIM, Aviation Institute of Maintenance, the students can be able to get their knowledge, of course, of what they're working on. Then they can test out to get their, you said airframe?
And power plant
rating.
Yes.
Wow, and they get it all done here.
Right, and the employers even come here to interview them so they can accept the job. Wow. And then graduation, they have a start date.
Wow.
Before graduation.
Man.
Yeah.
And so give me an insight. How much would they probably start at? If they were to get hired at one of those big name companies.
Very reputable websites like BLS.gov, Bureau of Labor.
BLS, that's BLS.
To look up any salary. It's a great website that doesn't lie.
So would you say
it's
not minimum wage, is it?
No, it's like between 55 and 75K, like right after graduating.
Right after graduation.
Yes.
You're gonna start making in between $55,000 and $75,000.
I'm not gonna make any promises or guarantees, but yes, that's the range, and you can BLS.gov.
How many of you guys out there in the audience go to school for an undisclosed number of different types of what do you call them, occupations and stuff?
Yeah.
Are going to work, and then you find out that they're going to hire you at $9 an hour.
Yeah.
Or
how many
$10
people,
an hour.
Like you're in school for 5 years and then you graduate and then you keep working at the mall.
Yeah,
you have
because
been
you
working
can't
at the
find a
hotel
job.
because you can't find a job.
Not
when
in
you
your
do
field.
find a job, it's like minimum wage.
Yeah, see?
Yeah. I'm
That's
like,
very
if I was,
discouraging, right?
20, I'll be doing this right here.
See? And if I would have learned that, if I was 20, 18, right out of high school.
Although we do have a lot of older people, actually, like in their 40s, too.
So that's not intimidating for them?
Nope, because there are so many of them. Like a lot of people who get out of the military, too, especially here because we have the Air Force Base.
Yes.
And they want to continue to work on aircraft, but as a civilian, because they get paid more, that's what they told me anyway.
Okay.
Then, they'll come here. So they're already like late 30s and stuff when they retire.
Wow. So it really doesn't matter what age you are.
As long as you can use your hands.
Where you are in your life, mentally or, financially or whatever.
Right.
If you desire to be able to work on a big jet, big turbojet engine, one that flies at 120,000 miles an hour.
Yeah, well, lots of passengers in it, so we have to trust them to do a good job and, not kill us.
Man. So what, give a plug for Aviation Institute of Maintenance. Where are they located?
Well, we have like 15 campuses across the country, but we're in Las Vegas.
We're in Las Vegas.
Only one in Nevada.
So where's the one in Las Vegas?
You mean like...
This one right here. What is the address?
Oh, 5870 Southeastern Avenue. And we're right on the west side of the airport.
I like how she went into her sales voice. So 5870 Southeastern Avenue.
Yep.
Okay. And that
Come
is...
visit, drop by.
What's closest by this place?
Besides the airport?
It's right beside the airport.
Yeah.
Man, it's right there. The runway is
we
like
see the
right
planes land all day long.
All day long.
It's good motivation.
That's good. I was just going to say that. Yo, I'm going to be working on that one.
Yes.
Man, that is so awesome. So I guess my next question would be, why would someone want to come here for their education?
Well, I give you reasons that the students tell me. So the main reasons I get is like, I want a career, tired of hopping job to job, want to take care of my family, like just enroll. Actually, we've done it a few times. People with like 5, 6 children.
Wow.
Need to provide. It's a quick program, especially if you're 18. You finished before all your high school friends and making like twice whatever they make when they would finally graduate.
I mean, 55 to start off right out of high school.
Well, sometimes
right out of this school here.
Yeah, and sometimes more than that, depending on where they go and stuff like that. What kind of experience they have.
Yeah, I heard a couple of numbers that blew my mind. I was like, wow.
Oh yeah, if you've been doing it a while, like our instructors are like, oh yeah, I've been paid more than doctors.
Oh yeah.
Like what?
That's what I know.
Nice.
One of them, Marvin and Ray, well, 2 of them.
Yeah.
They've made a
Exxon
lot.
too.
Exxon too. Yeah. Exxon made a lot of money. Hey, Exxon,
So,
if you're watching, please give me about $5, man.
Right. I'm gonna just sign you up for this program, Freddie.
Yeah.
But yeah, if you like working with your hands, like it's the job for you.
Okay. So if you like to, like you say, turn wrenches, work with your hands, trying to figure out problems and solve them, Aviation Institute of Maintenance is a wonderful place for you to go. You'll see in the video that she'll be giving a tour. That we'll post that on Thursday. She'll be giving a tour, kind of like a virtual tour. We'll have a cameraman following her around, and she'll be giving a tour of the whole entire campus.
Go Vegas.
Okay. Before we close, would you like to give out some plugs, maybe for your own podcast, or
oh, that's right.
Yeah, maybe even you want to shout out to Rich or something.
Right, Rich is not gonna watch it.
Rich, you better watch this, Rich.
He's not gonna watch
No.
it. But yeah, I do have a YouTube channel, The Good Villager.
The Good Villager.
The Good Villager.
Okay.
Yeah, find me.
All right. Find her at The Good Villager, guys. Yeah. Let me see here. Also, is there a telephone number for Aviation Institute of Maintenance?
798-5511, aviationinstitute.com.
798-5511.
702 area code. Yeah.
702. That's right. This was in Las Vegas, Nevada. And we have throughout the country. There's 15 campuses.
Yeah. Well, there are like 20, but some of them are Centura schools. 5 of them, and they do other programs too, like welding, electricity, dental assisting. One has wind turbines in Virginia.
There you go.
Yeah.
So, man, you guys need to contact Jade here so that you guys can figure out what's a good day for you guys to come over and have an in-person tour of the Aviation Institute of Maintenance.
Do it.
And to make sure you ask her what kind of should we give out a promo code or something like that? What can we give them for showing up if they mention J1S promotions in their interview? Starburst. There we go. We give them Starburst. We'd like to thank you guys for tuning in to another episode of J1S Promotions podcast. I want to give a round of applause for Jade. Jade is a wonderful person to know, first of all, and this conversation has been great. I know she has to go. Her husband is waiting outside. Sorry, Mr. TEIXEIRA, I kept her so long. But the conversation is so good. We could have went on for another couple of hours. But once again, you can reach her at
798-5511.
798-5511.
I hope that's the right number.
You better be the right number. This thing is going to go out to thousands of people. So call Jade. Is there a web address?
Yeah, aviationinstitute.com.
Aviationinstitute.com is the web address, and you guys can learn about how you can become an aircraft mechanic and be able to start this wonderful career. All right? My name is Freddie J1S, and we're out. Thank you, guys. All right.